Hello and welcome to Roadcraft, the place for anyone who wants to be a smarter, better, and safer driver. In this episode, we often ask, who has the right of way? But are we asking the wrong question? The fact that I'm opening with this suggests that yes, we are. So let's get rolling. One of the most fundamental principles of driving on a public road is right of way. When there's a question about merging traffic or who goes first at an intersection, we ask, who has the right of way? Before I go any further, I'll tell you, this is going to sound like I'm quibbling over semantics, splitting the proverbial hair, making things more confusing than they need to be. I'm not. Here's the thing. In driving, you can't have the right of way. You can only yield the right of way to someone else. That sounds like a different way of saying the same thing, so let me explain. Much of traffic law isn't about what's inherently right and wrong. Sure, it's unethical to drive impaired or to speed away after backing into a stranger's car. But which side of the road we drive on or who gets to go next at a four-way stop doesn't come from our morals. It's a set of agreed-upon rules we follow to prevent chaos on the streets. At the core, the goal is to not get in a crash. And what does that have to do with the right of way? Let's say you're driving down the freeway or approaching an on-ramp. According to the law, merging traffic is required to yield the right-of-way to traffic already on the road. But if you think that gives you the right-of-way, you're missing out on one of the foundations of what it really means to be a good driver. For example, there's a law that says even if you're obeying the speed limit, that's not enough. You still have to use due care to avoid a collision. Sometimes, that might mean yielding to a vehicle that was supposed to yield to you. Or said another way, if you could have avoided a crash but didn't because you thought it was the other driver's responsibility, you're at fault too. There are no stand your ground laws in traffic. When someone who could have made room for another driver forces them into a jam because right of way, they're not standing up for what's right, they're being a jerk. Maybe it's partly an ego problem. When we have something and someone takes it from us, we take it personally. So let me say, you can't possess the right of way, you can only give it up to other road users. Don't let an unfiltered response to a fictional loss pressure you into making a bad decision for what is really a 2-second inconvenience. Which brings up an opportunity to become a better human. I get it. When some clown cuts us off, the first reaction, at least for those of us who haven't fully mastered a Zen state, is aggression. That's reality. The key is how fast you can go from cursing the other driver, audibly or in your head, to being generous with the space on the roadway. The quicker you make that switch, the safer you'll be on the road. It'll also put your passengers at ease. And it has the upside of being a useful skill in non-driving confrontations as well. I mean, if the right-of-way was never yours to begin with, how mad can you really be when some other driver forces you to realize that truth?